Don Rickles, born Donald J. Rickles on May 8, 1926, in Queens, New York, became one of the most iconic comedians and actors of the 20th century. From humble beginnings, he emerged as a master of insult comedy, known for his sharp wit, quick tongue, and ability to make audiences laugh even as they cringed. Growing up in Jackson Heights, Rickles was raised in a Jewish family that recognized his natural comedic talent early on. Though he initially dreamed of becoming a dramatic actor, his comedic instincts led him toward stand-up comedy, where he would go on to revolutionize the art form. His style was unique. He insulted everyone from celebrities to ordinary folks, but always with a sense of warmth and love, making him one of the most beloved figures in Hollywood. The early years, from drama to comedy, Rickles' journey to comedy began with his early ambition to become a dramatic actor. After high school, he briefly attended the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, where he trained to be a serious actor. However, his sharp sense of humor couldn't be contained, and he soon began experimenting with comedy. After serving in the U.S. Navy during World War II, Rickles returned to civilian life and began performing in nightclubs. At first, he was just another struggling actor, but when he realized that audiences responded more to his witty, insult-laden banter than to his attempts at drama, he found his true calling. His embrace of insult comedy changed his career and made him a legend in the entertainment world. The birth of a comedy style, insult comedy. By the 1950s, Rickles had carved out a niche in comedy, one that would be uniquely his own. His approach was unlike any other comedian of his time. He turned insult comedy into an art form. Unlike most performers who focused on jokes or humorous anecdotes, Rickles began to engage with his audience directly, roasting anyone and everyone. From Hollywood stars to ordinary fans, no one was off limits. His nickname, Mr. Warmth, was an ironic reflection of his style. His biting remarks were harsh, but they were always delivered with affection. This combination of sharp humor and a hidden warmth made him irresistible to audiences, and soon, he was a fixture in Hollywood. The Sinatra moment, a career-changing encounter. One pivotal moment in Rickles' career came when he boldly insulted Frank Sinatra during a performance in Miami. Sinatra, one of the biggest stars in the world at the time, was in the audience, and instead of treating him with deference, Rickles took a jab at the legendary singer. To everyone's surprise, Sinatra was not offended. Instead, he was charmed by Rickles' audacity and humor. This moment would prove to be a turning point for Rickles. Sinatra became one of his biggest supporters, introducing him to other powerful figures in Hollywood and helping to launch his career to new heights. What began as an unexpected moment of insult became the foundation for a lifelong friendship and cemented Rickles' place in the Hollywood elite. A rising star, The Tonight Show, and TV appearances. Rickles' newfound fame allowed him to become a regular on The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson and other variety shows. His appearances were always unpredictable, with his quick wit and biting humor making him a favorite among audiences. But Rickles was more than just a comedian, he was also a versatile actor. He appeared in films like Run Silent, Run Deep, 1958, with Clark Gable and Kelly's Heroes, 1970, with Clint Eastwood, showing his ability to adapt to both serious and comedic roles. In the 1970s, he starred in the sitcom CPO Sharky, where his trademark sarcastic humor was put to use in the role of a U.S. and Navy chief petty officer. The heartbreak of losing a son. While Rickles' career brought him fame and recognition, the greatest tragedy of his life came in 2011 with the passing of his son, Larry, at the age of 41. Larry's death, due to pneumonia, was a devastating blow to Rickles and his wife. As a father, Rickles had always been dedicated to his children, and the loss of Larry left a permanent mark on his heart. In his memoir, Rickles shared the deep pain of losing his son, a sorrow that overshadowed his many achievements. For a man who had spent his life making others laugh, the grief of losing a child was an experience that could not be brushed off with humor. A new perspective. The joy of grandchildren. In his later years, Don Rickles found a new source of joy in his grandchildren, Ethan and Harrison Mann. While adults admired his career and groundbreaking influence on comedy, his grandchildren were far more interested in his voice role as Mr. Potato Head in Toy Story. To them, their grandfather wasn't the legendary comedian who had insulted Sinatra or made appearances on talk shows. He was simply the beloved toy from one of their favorite films. Rickles often found humor in this generational gap, joking that all his years of comedy had been overshadowed by a talking, plastic potato. This simple perspective on his legacy brought Rickles happiness in his later years, as he enjoyed the innocence and pure joy that his grandchildren brought into his life. The symmetry of loss, the passing of Barbara Rickles, Don's wife of 56 years, passed away on March 14th, 2021, exactly 56 years to the day after their wedding. Her death from non-Hodgkin lymphoma marked the end of an era for Rickles, who had always spoken with great affection about his wife. The symmetry of her passing on the anniversary of their wedding was a bittersweet moment, underscoring the depth of their bond. The couple had been through the highs and lows of Hollywood life together, and Barbara had always been a grounding force for Rickles. Her death left a hole in his life, one that could never truly be filled. Rickles' legacy, the merchant of venom. Despite his cutting humor and sharp insults, Don Rickles was a man beloved by audiences, friends, and colleagues alike. His career spanned decades, and he made an indelible mark on the world of comedy. His passing on April 6, 2017, at the age of 90, was a loss not only to his family but to the entire entertainment industry. Rickles' humor was a blend of irreverence and affection, and it made him one of the most unique figures in Hollywood history. Tributes poured in from all corners of the entertainment world after his death, with many remembering him as a trailblazer in comedy and a cherished friend. Even in his later years, Rickles remained active, doing voice work and occasional appearances, proving that his love for comedy never wavered. His legacy lives on, not just in the films and shows he appeared in, but in the hearts of those who loved him. Final rest, a legacy cemented. Don Rickles was laid to rest at Mount Sinai Memorial Park Cemetery in Los Angeles, a final resting place for many of Hollywood's legends. His death marked the end of an era, but his legacy lives on through the generations he influenced. Rickles' ability to make people laugh, even at their own expense, was unmatched. He was a beloved figure in Hollywood, and his passing was mourned by fans worldwide. While his career may have come to an end, Don Rickles' impact on comedy and entertainment will never be forgotten. He will always be remembered as the merchant of venom who brought laughter, warmth, and a touch of mischief to the world.